we were coming home from my parents' house, and he was in the G-Ride, the Corolla?
Toyota.
Toyota.
Toyota. I call it the Toyota 88. It's a very beat up old car.
And I was in my Civic, and we were driving down 21, and there was a Mustang in front of him, and so it was a Mustang, him, and then me. And so the Mustang is going really slow, so he was going slow, so I was going slow. And we see the state trooper go past us the opposite way, and it's a 2-lane highway, no shoulder. And so I was kind of like, oh, okay. Well, like 2 miles down the road, suddenly the trooper's behind me, and I was like, that's kind of weird. And the Mustang had already pulled off, so we were kind of picking up speed slowly. But then the cop was behind me, so I was like, well, I don't want to go too fast. So he turns on his lights, and I'm like, oh, you can't pull me over for speeding. We are going like 15 miles below the speed limit. This is ridiculous. And he gets on his little thing and tells us both to pull over. And I was like, oh. So we both pull over. And he comes up to the window, and he goes, ma'am, why were you tailgating, the car in front of you? And I was like, because it's my fiance. Like, why can't I tailgate him?
She's on my ass all the time, yeah. So why not in a vehicle, right?
Yeah.
I guess I would have to say that I knew it was love. It was the day that we were both able to set our past aside, and just honestly, when you go into many relationships, you end up saying it's love. You never really think it's love at all.
We were sitting on the couch, and we had dinner, and he was staring at me, and I was like, why are you staring at me? Stop staring at me. And he goes, I don't know why. I said, do you have something to say? What are you staring at me for? And he goes, no. I said, then stop staring at me, And he's just staring, and he goes, I love you. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, I love you too. But it was kind of after that we went from there. And here we are 4 years later. So.
She ended up stalking me.
Oh, that's such a lie.
Coming
No.
Because we work at the same store.
Yeah, we work at a grocery store.
So she ended up coming over and, just talking to me here and there, which she still doesn't admit to this day. She doesn't remember. But yeah, she would come by and have a conversation with me for about 20 minutes. I don't know how you forget 20 minutes worth of conversation.
Not 20 minutes. It was more like, hey, when's the clock in, leaving?
I had never been outside of Texas for anything. Very first time I flew in a plane, and very first time I ever saw actual snow. And I mean, it was a very, very great experience. Snowboarded for the first time for a week. Yeah, spent Christmas Day throughout the whole week of Christmas. Spent it all there, ringing Christmas there. It was awesome. I had never experienced anything like that before. So very good time.
Probably the first time he made dinner for me. He made dinner. We had filet mignon.
Yes, filet mignon for...
He cooks. I don't cook at all. So
Valentine's
Day. Wonderful candles, everything. And he made shrimp for me, and he hates shrimp. So he made shrimp for me, and he had placed it on this really cute little plate. And so, I took one and I ate it, and he looked at me, he goes, oh, you didn't see it. And I was like, see what? What are you talking about? He was like, I made a heart-shaped shrimp for you. And he had placed the shrimp, in a heart shape on the plate. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But just little stuff like that. Nothing big.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Our water fight.
Water fights in the
kitchen.
In the kitchen.
That was fun.
I know when it comes to kids down the road, we both have the same mind frame where we want to make sure she finishes her school, and then we have kids afterwards. But I see myself probably going back to culinary school. if that. And I think like traveling a lot is one thing that we've always talked about, is just traveling to different places and seeing different things before we start to settle down with children. So right after marriage is probably where we're going to start going off and doing things together.
To grow old and be happy. But we want to raise kids, we want to raise them right. We grew up very differently, so I think that's going to be fun. I really just expect to kind of relax, really. I don't expect it to be easy, but just to kind of have fun together. I hope that we grow old together and wrinkly. Hope that we end up in a small house with a backyard to sit on rocking chairs together. I think that's the best thing we do, is we talk. I talk a lot. But that's kind of what I hope. I don't really care to be rich or anything like that. I just want to be happy.